Hello everyone, this is K.Koburger and this is my final Prezi reflection for our EDU 618 class. So I guess I wanted to start with what I knew when I started here at Chatham. Because my mom's a teacher and I've been somewhat familiar, I guess, with the teacher side of the education world through her, I knew that teaching is not a 9-to-5 job before I came here, so I had no delusions of free time or an easy profession. Something else I think I realized through my own work with kids, whether it be babysitting or teaching horseback riding lessons or working at the daycare, students do not learn the same way, and that's okay. That's what the teachers are there for. If everyone learned the same way, then you wouldn't need teachers. You'd only need computers and recordings. And third, summers off is not a reason to become a teacher. I've had some great teachers, I've had some awful teachers, and I think the awful teachers got this into teaching because they wanted vacation time, which is the sin. I think they should be fired. But so what I knew I wanted, what I have learned, after my 3 semesters here at Chatham, differentiation is easier than you think. I have just recently become more comfortable with differentiating assignments and tasks I have for students. I used to think it was this big scary monster and that I wouldn't be able to do it, but it's not as bad as I thought, so I'm not as scared anymore. Another thing, scripted curriculum does not have to be the end of the world. All you hear about is the evils of scripted curriculum, and I'm certainly not a proponent of it, but if you take the time as a teacher to make the lessons more interesting, to differentiate them, to meet the needs of your students, you can still get things done with that curriculum. And finally, technology is easier to use than you think, and I've learned that through this class because I always thought, well, how in the heck am I going to incorporate technology into my classroom without it being a big production, without spending too much money, all of these things. The simple tools like the Elmo or the Smartboard, obviously ideal, but simple things like having students make their own blogs or wiki pages or Digo. I'm not as afraid anymore to try and use it, so I'm excited for that. 3 tech tools I learned in this class, which I had never heard of before. First one, Prezi. Prezi is amazing. It's like so much cooler than PowerPoint. It's so much more fun. You can do even more things with it. I had no idea it existed, and I can't wait to use it some more. Screencast-O-Matic. Did not know that existed. Did not know how people were able to upload videos like I'm about to, where you go through a presentation like the Prezi and can speak and go through it. So that's amazing. That would be really cool to use in the class for like online lectures. And finally, Digo. Did not know about that either. Apparently I didn't know about much. So Digo is really cool because I had no idea you could save things that easily, that you could comment, that you could highlight, that you could make groups. Like, it makes it so much more efficient, so much better than trying to remember all the websites you visited. So I'm very excited to use those. So how do I feel now that I've gone through 3 semesters, now that I'm student teaching next semester, and that I guess eventually I will be in the classroom as a teacher? How do I feel about it? I feel excited, a lot more so than when I first started, because I realize how much I really do like being a teacher, how much I do like the kids, and how much I think I can contribute. Unfortunately, I'm a little worried. The education system is not amazing in America, so I do worry about scripted curriculums and standardized tests and fighting through the red tape But I am still hopeful that teachers like us Chatham students will be able to change things, at least maybe one classroom at a time. That would be amazing. So finally, I have this little quote from John Lennon. It's one of my favorite things. Life is what happens to you while you are busy making other plans. I mean, not only can you apply that to anything you do, but especially in the classroom. As teachers, we want to make plans, we want to be organized, we want to stay on track, but the students are not always going to let us do that. So I will try to remember this when I'm going nuts, when the students won't sit down or they won't listen or whatever thing is happening in the classroom that makes me nuts. So thanks for listening. Thanks for the great class. I learned so much about the amazing ways you can use technology, and I'm super excited with all the tools I have now. Thanks, guys. Bye.